48 hours later.
Hey, good evening, and welcome again to Rook's Recipes. It's Friday, it's Labor Day weekend, and we're gonna make what are we gonna make, Sherlock? We're gonna make a chopped steakhouse salad for the second time this week. In all transparency, we did this Wednesday night, and I screwed up the audio. There was no audio. It was completely a silent movie. So tonight we have accelerated things a little bit by preparing a lot of these ingredients in advance, and we'll use, as you've already seen, we'll use footage from Wednesday night to intersperse with tonight's footage, which tonight will include audio.
We hope.
Yeah, we sincerely hope. I won't have 100% confidence till I put the card in the computer and actually hear it myself. As you can see from our intro, this is the star of today's show, the Sam the Cooking Guy knife, which arrived this week. And you can see the logo there. And it's his favorite knife, and now it's my favorite knife by definition. So why a steakhouse chopped salad? We've been living here for 29 years, and probably 27 years ago we went to Margaux restaurant in probably 93 or so for the first time. Newly opened, and it's still there, which is a testament to the genius of Steve Horowitz and his partner, whose name I don't know. Do you know his business partner? And I had a chop house salad. It's called different things like steakhouse chop salad or chop house salad. If the word chop is in it and it's a salad, it's probably a steakhouse chopped salad. Now, what was unique about it is it's a very dense salad. The ingredients are cut up in a very fine way. You'll find it at high-end steakhouses around, like Morton's or Ruth's Chris, or your local ones like I mentioned, Margaux. And it's also a formed salad, which is a little different, right? So we ate this a week ago tonight at Ray's, and I was reminded of it. And of course, that's one of the ways I get ideas for the show. And then we made it the very next night when we were invited over to our friend's house for dinner. And it got rave reviews. Rave reviews, it got wows. And wow is my favorite compliment. Wow. So, using, I have prepared ahead most of the ingredients. This is a little bundle of tomatoes which have been drying or draining in this paper towel. I will say, as you make this recipe, keep in mind that water is your enemy. Things that are watery in this salad, you want to drain them. That's my command, okay? It's not very many things, but like tomatoes are watery. I have shrimp here that have been, I have shrimp that I've put in the paper towel to get the water off of them. I cook them very briefly in boiling water. I mean, a minute and a half. These are peeled and deveined shrimp that I bought frozen. And so they're just, you get them out of the bag, they thaw in 30 minutes, and you throw them in boiling water for a minute and a half, and then you get them cold real quick, okay? So we're gonna cut those up. You didn't get to see all these things. This is cucumbers, but you're gonna see footage from the other day of these ingredients that I cut up, okay? So I've cut them up previously. I have begun the greens prep, and again, you know, I washed, this is chopped romaine. I washed it and I spun it in our spinner, but there's still a little bit of water on it. So that's why I put it on a paper towel. Again, this is a salad we're going to dress with blue cheese dressing, and we're going to make it into a form, and we don't want water at all. Water will just make it runny and gooky and yucky. So all we're going to really do tonight is we're going to just add all these ingredients in here, but before I do that, and by the way, you know, what?
I think I remember saying I didn't like mushrooms in this salad.
Oh dear. You know what? While you were gone, Sherlock and I talked about that, and Sherlock said that he was in favor of mushrooms. But
well, where are y'all sleeping tonight?
Yes, mistake by the star. The star made a mistake. Okay, no mushrooms. I'll sprinkle these on my salad. Okay, but you can make it with a little chopped mushroom. You can also grill the mushrooms and then chop them up. That's cool too. But we don't like mushrooms, do we? Okay, so we already have the romaine chopped. This is a spring mix, I believe. And again, the idea is that everything in this salad is chopped small. That's how it gets its name, chopped salad, okay? So with my awesome Sam the Cooking Guy knife, I'm not gonna reduce this to some kind of green mush. Please don't do that. I'm just going to chop it up so that it's generally not big pieces. But I'm not doing like this, right? I wouldn't be going like, don't do that. That's not what you want. You want big chops like that. And that's about right, okay? So we're gonna get this into our lettuce bowl. Can you do this with one kind of lettuce? Sure. You know, whatever kind of lettuce you like. So we love romaine. Romaine is our go-to. But we'll also eat a spring mix, and we also have a special guest, arugula. Arugula is very popular these days. It has they say a decidedly peppery taste, so it's kind of a lettuce that has a little bit of zing, if you will, like a little zing to it. Zing. Same thing. But again, you know, I've said before on the show, you can't mess this up. This is a perfect example of you can't mess this up. I mean,
except if you put mushrooms in it.
Unless you put mushrooms. Actually, if you put anything in it that your best girl hates or doesn't want, that would mess it up. But, you know, just whatever you and your best girl decide together you want in there, you could do it with or without eggs. You could do it with or without cucumber. You could do it with white onion instead of red onion. You could do it with spring onions, which you have some in the fridge. You could do it without shrimp. You could, you know, you could do it with lobster. You could make it as luxurious or as kind of, you know, standard as you want. You could use a different dressing too. We're using blue cheese. We're putting blue cheese crumbles in there. You could put crumbles, is it Roquefort? What are the crumbles?
That's blue cheese too.
Gorgonzola. You know,
that's
yeah. You could, yeah. So, you know. Anyway, my point is, the thing about a chopped salad is mostly the fact that these ingredients are chopped up like you see, not necessarily the ingredients. I personally think that for me, I expect and usually see that a chopped salad has shrimp, bacon, and blue cheese and red onions. But it doesn't have to. But more often than not, it'll have those things. Okay, so the only other things that we have to chop up are these little shrimp. And that won't take long at all. We have a few extra tonight because I wanted to use up the rest of the bag. I didn't want like 2 shrimp left in the bag.
And by the way, I don't hate mushrooms. I love mushrooms. I just don't like them in this salad.
Renee, our executive producer, does like mushrooms. And we do as a family, but, you know, it's okay. Look at that, okay? Let's see, boom, boom. This knife is awesome. I highly recommend you get one. One of these days, you know, you people who...
What's a knife like that cost?
$60. It's called a Nakiri. They want you to think it's Japanese and made in Japan. I don't know. I'd love to know that it is, but I don't know that for sure. It has a wooden handle that I was surprised to see. Lots of times you'll see like an acrylic or plastic handle, but that's actual real wood. And, you know, all props to Sam the Cooking Guy. It's a gorgeous thing. Let's see. Let's do at least one more. Yeah, that'll do it. We're making this for approximately 3 to 4 people. You know, a lot of people want to know ingredients. I'm going to have to ask you to kind of estimate that. That's about 1/3 to 1/2 of a cup of red onions. almost everything in here is about the same volume, right? About a third of a cup, quarter to a third of a cup, I would say. And you can see the size of the chop, so I don't need to go on too much about that. I have a tendency to talk too much. Cucumber, that could have been put in water. I mean, in paper towels. It's a little bit wet. Mushrooms, not gonna do that. Oh, look at the grouse.
No.
Darn. Okay, tomatoes that have been drained. Yum. That's actually one Roma tomato, if you want to know. And shrimp. Will he eat the shrimp?
I don't know.
Hey, Sherlock.
He's a weirdo.
Do you want shrimp? You never know what you're going to eat or not, right? This has not been seasoned in any way. It's meat. It's meat from the sea. What do you think? I'll put it right there for you.
Gonna think about it.
What? Go ahead. It's for you, buddy. It's from me. Yeah. Oh, that's very good. That's gonna work on camera, my man. And you're gonna get a reward for being so good. He's like, I'm liking this. I'm liking this meat from the sea. Okay, so this is starting to look like that. Okay, we still have a couple. What?
Up here again.
Yep. It's starting to look like that. You can see all the lettuce. What's going to happen when we dress it is that it's going to condense. It's going to condense. I'm going to put the egg in. And if I'm not mistaken, that's everything. Okay?
Bacon?
Bacon.
Critical.
You're the best.
Critical.
You're the best. Renee would never let me forget the bacon. Now, I said this last night, and you didn't hear me apparently. 2 nights ago, you didn't hear me. I did fry 5 pieces of bacon. I fried them in the fry pan, and then I drained them and I cut them up. Now, you could use bacon bits. I won't tell. Bacon bits are good, especially
Pre-cooked bacon.
Pre-cooked, well,
would be better.
It is better.
So that's
and if you want your host and hostess to say wow, you might want to use this. But like Costco bacon crumbles, that's a pretty good substitute if you're in a rush. But okay, so Renee, is there anything else I forgot?
I don't know what's this.
That's our Sherlock's bacon.
Okay.
This is Sherlock's bacon. He said,
oh,
he heard his name. Yeah. And look at that. He's such a good boy. What do you think? He loves it. Okay, so it is time now. I'm gonna take a quick pause, and I'm gonna go get the blue cheese dressing and the blue cheese crumbles, which I have deliberately kept refrigerated. Okay? See you in a minute. Okay. This is how this is gonna go down. All of our ingredients are in here except for the blue cheese crumbles, which are going in sprinkled around like that. And then the blue cheese dressing. Now this is...
Don't overdress it.
Well, you can't actually.
Yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can.
I will just say that this is a salad that is dressed on the heavy side because it is meant to condense and compact and be formed, okay? So you can see what's going to happen is that these small pieces of lettuce, as they get wet with the dressing, are going to compact into a much smaller space. It's very colorful. We are going to simply put some cracked fresh black pepper in, no other seasoning really. But I got to ask Renee a question. I thought of this today. There's something unique, I think something unprecedented about this particular episode. Do you know what it is, Renee? There's an ingredient missing from this episode.
Garlic.
It's the first episode.
It's garlic.
It's garlic. It's garlic. Let me go get some garlic. Oh wait, no. Here.
Don't.
Garlic powder.
Don't do it.
I think our audience probably already realized that it was lacking in garlic. So how could it be good? Don't know. We used a little extra lettuce, and it's still a little fluffy. Okay? This is not meant to be a fluffy salad. No. It's meant to be a dense salad. Okay, so we're just gonna do that. We got the pepper in there, we got the blue cheese crumbles, we got egg, we got cucumber, we got red onion, we got tomatoes, we got bacon, and we got shrimp. This is a crowd pleaser. And, you know, a lot of people eat it with steak. We are gonna eat it with steak tonight. So I mentioned earlier it's gonna be formed. Here's the forming. This is just a little container that some crumbled cheese came in or something like that. Put it in there like so. Put a little bit more in there because we're gonna pack it down. I could pack it down with this. Pack it down a little bit. Don't, you know, be gentle, be firm but gentle. And then we're gonna put it on this plate like that. I got both my thumbs on it. Turn it over. And you can see that. And we're just gonna, look at that nastiness right there. We're gonna get rid of that. Yes, I wanna be not only Sam the cooking guy, I also wanna be, who's that British guy?
I don't know.
He does all those cooking shows. He yells at people. I don't want to yell at people.
Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay. Thank you, executive producer. Extraordinary. All right, here we go. Isn't that beautiful? And we got one more thing to do. One more thing to do, and that is just to put some French fried onions on the top. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Rook's Recipes Steakhouse chopped salad. Formed. You can use all different kinds of forms. That's not a, but see, and that is a beautiful thing. Now I don't have a fork. Should I use this?
Oh, that's it. That'll serve nicely. Don't cut your tongue off, because you'll die.
I know, wouldn't that be awful?
You couldn't talk, you'd die.
Okay, here. Very carefully now. This is so good. It has so many strong flavors. And I love strong flavors for a lot of reasons, but I had a lot of chemotherapy many years ago, and it really blunted my taste buds. So something like this with red onion and blue cheese crumbles and blue cheese dressing is just fantastic to me. Serve this with steak. Bring it to your friend's house at a dinner party, and you'll get a wow! So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Happy Labor Day. Bye-bye.